Welcome to Next Step Tales. Today's story is about imperfection. How we often focus on what's wrong instead of seeing the beauty in it. Get ready, because this one might just shift your perspective. Let's jump in. There once lived a wise master, known far and wide for his teachings on life and inner peace. He lived humbly in a small village, and people traveled from great distances just to hear his wisdom. One day, a young man approached him, desperate for answers. "Master," the young man exclaimed, "I try so hard to be perfect, but no matter what I do, I keep failing. I can't seem to reach my goals, and all I see are my flaws. What should I do?" The master listened quietly, his calm eyes studying the young man. After a moment, he smiled gently. "Come with me," the master said, leading the young man into his home. Inside the modest house, there was very little furniture, just a few cushions and a wooden table. But what stood out was a large, beautifully crafted vase placed in the center of the room. The young man noticed the vase right away. "That's a beautiful vase, master," he said. But as he stepped closer, he realized something. It had a crack right down the side. It was barely visible from a distance, but up close, it was clear. "Wait," the young man muttered, furrowing his brow. "It's damaged. There's a crack in it." The master nodded, still smiling. "Yes, there is," he said softly. "But tell me, do you still think it's beautiful?" The young man hesitated. Well, yes. But it's broken, master. Why would you keep a cracked vase when it's not perfect?" The master chuckled quietly and motioned for the young man to sit. As they settled down, the master's voice softened. "Let me tell you a story," he began, "about this very vase. Years ago, when the master was just a young boy, he had found the vase in a market, new, shiny, flawless. He had bought it with all the money he had saved up, thinking it was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. He took it home, placed it proudly on display, and admired its perfection every day. But one day, while cleaning, the master, then just a boy, accidentally knocked the vase over. It hit the ground with a loud crash, and when he picked it up, he saw that dreadful crack running down the side. "I was devastated," the master said, his voice low. "All I could see was the floor. The vase was ruined, I thought. I almost threw it away. But something stopped me." The young man listened intently, leaning forward as the master continued. "Instead of throwing it out, I decided to keep it. And over time, something strange happened. I stopped seeing the crack as something ugly. I began to see it as a part of the vase's story. That crack didn't make it worthless, it made it unique." The young man frowned, not fully understanding. "But it's still broken, isn't it?" The master smiled wider. "No, it's not broken. It's simply different from how it once was. But different doesn't mean worse. That crack is part of its beauty now. Just like the challenges, mistakes, and imperfections in our lives are part of our beauty." The young man sat quietly, reflecting on the master's words. He had always been so focused on his own flaws, his mistakes, his failures, that he had forgotten to appreciate the journey he had been on. "So, you're saying, my flaws don't ruin me?" he asked softly. The master's eyes twinkled. "Exactly," he said. "Your flaws, your failures, they are what make you human. They're what give you depth, character, and growth. Perfection is an illusion, my friend. True beauty lies in your ability to embrace the cracks, the imperfections, and still see yourself as worthy, as whole." The young man nodded slowly, finally understanding. He had spent so much time trying to be perfect that he hadn't realized how much he was growing from his mistakes, how much those cracks in his life had shaped him into who he was today. Conclusion. And that's the lesson, isn't it? We're all like the master's vase, with our own cracks and imperfections. But those flaws don't make us less beautiful or less valuable. In fact, they are what make us unique. So, the next time you look at yourself and only see your flaws, remember the vase. Your cracks are part of your story, and your story is what makes you incredible. Thank you for watching Next Step Tales. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this story with someone who needs a reminder about their own worth, and of course, subscribe for more stories that inspire and uplift. See you in the next one.